Goodness and field day to you, awesome people, to you greater people, greater TBCians, and to everyone watching this TBC broadcast. My name is Olugbemi Shokunbi, a TBCian, and thank you for tuning into my TBC broadcast. Greetings to everyone that has supported me, that mentored me so far to this level in the TBC community, and great thanks to everyone that has been part of my success stories this far. Once again, I say thank you all. In today's TBC broadcast, I will be relating with us the generous mind of a TBC admin and how one can earn cookies for redemption being a broadcaster, which he can redeem in the ongoing November 2018 cookie redemption. And by that, I titled this broadcast The Mind of the TBC Admin. I repeat that once again. The title to this very TBC broadcast is The Mind of the TBC Admin. Alright, haven't mentioned that. Understand that one cannot even begin to understand what reality is until he gets to have a grip of what is known as a quantum mechanics. And quantum mechanics is actually the branch of physics that relates to the small entities that come together to form the big universe which we live in. And quantum physics is the body of scientific laws that describe the funny way or amusing behavior of photons, electrons, and other particles. I mean atomic particles that make up the universe. And by that very knowledge, we people, we are happening to life, and life is not happening to us. Our experiences are directly related to our perceptions of reality. So someone once said that perception is reality. So we should understand that when we human beings accept the quantum aspect of a reality, then we will expand our consciousness to a point where we can sense a greater control in what we will experience in our life. So if one is poor or broken, financially broken, or feel limited in his options, it is because he has actually exercised his free will to experience such. So the elites of the world have actually used their free will with the intent to silence one, and so they could strip away the abundance that does belong to the fellow without he recognizing that they have actually robbed him of what belongs to him. So that altogether is actually evil, and great evil. But we, the people, we do not have to subject ourselves to their free will. To the free will of the elites. So we also have free will, and we can get out of the box which they are actually working hard to keep us in. So TBC is actually a set of a tool that is designed to help us, with the masses, to get out of that very box which the elites have designed to cage us in. And we coming out using the tool of a TBC is of a greater ease. So long before TBC was even an idea in the head of the TBC admin, it happens that admin had made the leap from always trying to be a millionaire or achieve a millionaire status away from being financially broken. And so here it happens that admins are showing us a way by which we too we can make such a leap. And the bat of a TBC has just made that to be easier for us to do. So to actually buttress that concept, there is a quote that says that poverty is a mental condition. I repeat that poverty is just a mental condition, and or rather, what if all the poor people of the world change their minds? So that simply means there will be a different orientation and approach as regarding poverty. So it happens that at the quantum level, we all are one. At the quantum level of existence, we are one, and the measure of our experience is actually tied to that oneness, and the elites have actually accumulated the wealth to themselves at the expenses of the everyone else, and it is actually leading to a global financial collapse, because it is not sustaining the global economy. I mean, the acquisition of the whole wealth to themselves cannot sustain the global economy. So we need to think of this, and thinking of that, we could ask ourselves that how long will the 1% population of the elites hold on to the 99% population of all the wealth which belongs to us? I mean, we the masses before that economic collapses altogether. So here we can see how that oneness has a direct impact on we all. So now let us also picturize an economy that has 1 million billionaires and 1 billion millionaires over a global population of roughly 7.5 billion people together. So abundance for us becomes a norm, and that simply means by then it becomes the order of the day. So by that also we like that we had what will the human experience be, I mean people's experience be in that when such a reality comes to be. So that simply means that what we have then will actually be good prevailing over the evil, and it's only someone that is being affected with the deception that comes with artificial scarcity that tends to become more and more evil by then. So we should understand that when the truth about abundance becomes the most natural state of reality, then humanity will make a quantum shift into a reality where happiness and joy are commonplace. So TBC has provided the tool for this shift to take place, and the unification around this one very truth, unification around this very internal truth will change everything for the better of all. So if we as individuals should be given the choice between having positive experiences versus negative experiences, I want to believe that most of us will choose the positive, and that a very positive experience is actually TBC. Alright, so I won't mention that to us. We like that we look into another one, and that is broadcasting. So it happens that TBC admin says that broadcasters are very important to the community's growth. Thus TBC admin so loved broadcasters. So it is actually hard to imagine how instrumental towards the community growth that the broadcasters have. So but TBC as admin has a part altogether of 1,111,111. I take that once again, that is 1,111,111 positions altogether to become billionaires in TBC. And the world which the elite have created is by far ugly when compared with what TBC is creating, and of what TBC admin is actually doing to lift humanity into a perpetual state of prosperity and abundance. So while we all talk of a global economic collapse happening all around us, TBC has its sights on the brighter future for humanity by cutting to the core what needs to be done to embrace the truth about abundance, and abundance being the most natural thing on earth. So broadcasters will help others to come to understand this very truth, this very internal truth of abundance for all. And currently the 1% of the elites that is holding up to 99% of population wealth of the others in the world today. And that is a fact. Even if you are not, I mean, you that is watching this very broadcast, if you are not aware of that, and this is the result of a rigged financial system that makes the rich richer, and by that also make the poor to become poorer. So it is the truth that will set us free, and we need to find courage within ourselves, or rather TBC admin is advising that a TBC member should find the courage within himself or herself to discover these truths and to become a broadcaster. So broadcasters get a cookie faster than all other members within the community, and that is for a good reason, in that broadcasters enlighten people the more to understand the concept of a TBC and the deception that is behind scarcity. So broadcasters voices make the difference. So to become a broadcaster today, one stands a chance of earning 1 million cookie for every broadcast the fellow is able to do, and that is also subjected to approval by the TBC admin. So setting up a broadcast and getting them approved by the TBC admin can be found in the send button area of the KCB hole, in the send button area of the Kringle Cash back office. So once a TBC member learns how to do a broadcast on YouTube, it gets easier and easier to do. So like anything else in life, so as a broadcaster, a member will discover his voice or her voice, and what that simply means is that his or her voice counts. Then you understand what he is, or what the impact which is making altogether as relating to abundance for all. So we should also note this, that here lastly there is an important notice, and that is that all community members must complete their profile and answer all the security questions before a redeem now button. Redeem now button will appear on the KCB hole during this redemption period. This November 2018 redemption cookie redemption period, and not only limited to this very redemption period, but practically during any other redemption period. So these two things must have been completed. That is, all members must have completed their profile and also answer all security questions before they will have the redeem now button being enabled in their KCB hole. And our TBC admin advises members to include a real picture of themselves in their profile, simply for a reason that people like to do business with people they know, with people they like and people they trust. So all that meaning that people are feasible at least to a level. So when someone includes his picture in the profile, then it gets to be known at least to a level. So outside that, one could ask, how then do one get to know, or how do people get to know one without they even seeing his or picture? So that way we are being advised to think about that. So we should understand that TBC is real and TBC is authentic. TBC is genuine, very genuine, and TBC is already changing destinies. TBC is the money of the masses, by the masses and for the masses, and I understand from my studies so far as relating to TBC and the exposure as concerning abundance and scarcity, which TBC exposed me to, that a God of heaven, or God in the heaven, is actually our hope, and TBC is the instrument which he has actually chosen to free us, and TBC, the billion coin, is the abundance of the future. So whoever chooses TBC is actually choosing abundance. So by that we advise that you check the video, you check the link that is below this video on YouTube, so to get yourself registered for TBC, the billion coins. And we advise that you do that quickly, you come on board quickly. Understand that abundance you have in TBC, then peace of mind will follow. And that's all together. TBC is the way. Thank you for watching this video.